Well, if Pam Pizza held a gun to your head and was like, "Click, clack, down the track, time for another exciting execution." Wait, are we recording?
I mean, I think the better question is why would he say that?
Hello, everyone. You guys are watching Snack Chats. I'm Snackvic, and as always, I'm with Joe Rilla.
Your tropically grown Joe Rilla favorite Rilla.
A shorter video today. We're going to be talking about the Animal Crossing OVA from several hundred years ago. I don't know the exact one.
That we never got an official dub for. Like, come on, people.
And we'll be talking about the recent Pixar SparkShort Out.
Yeah.
So what did you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the short one first. Out.
We've seen some of the other Spark Shorts. I guess if I had to name my favorites, I would have to say it's a tie between Pearl and Kit Bull.
I did like Kit Bull. I like this one for its message. Sort of for the art, but not really for the animation, because those are two definitely different things. Where the art style is very unique, but they didn't really go too far with the animation when I really do like that Scooby-Doo type Looney Tunes maybe.
I would say it was definitely well animated, but didn't have a lot of the charm that some of the other Spark Shorts had animation-wise.
And mind you, these Spark Shorts are supposed to be experimental anyways, so...
I mean, I think the art style was nice. Everything sort of had like a paper texture to it, sort of a grittier texture.
Yeah, more like a watercolor, I guess.
Yeah, something like that. So, what did you think of the story? A guy, dog switches bodies because of gay cosmic animals.
I mean, at first, when I didn't know that it was a gay story, I was honestly gonna pass looking at it, especially since the eyes are sort of soulless.
Yeah, you have to be really careful doing like dot eyes because there's a thin line between it being endearing and being uncanny.
Yeah, that's one thing about the design I didn't really like. But the thing is that when I heard that this was Pixar's first venture into like straight up saying gays are here and they exist.
Well, technically it wasn't even really Pixar. They published it, but it was by an independent creator.
Yeah.
One thing I want to mention is don't give Disney any credit for this. They didn't make it, and if it was a Spark Short, they probably will have booted it along with a bunch of our LGBT content. They don't care about you, support the creator, not fucking Disney.
True. Still, it had a nice message, and I sort of came in blind to it, even though I knew it was an LGBT message. So when the dog and the owner swapped lives, I was just like, what?
It didn't help that it said based on a true story at the beginning. I was like, yeah, sure it was.
Also, they portrayed the message that a dog's life isn't as easy as we think, in a way, sort of, because I remember he was saying at the start of it, like, you have such an easy life, dog, or what, he didn't say it like that, but, and then he switches.
I don't know, it was kind of weird. I wasn't really too into the fact of how, like, really overblown it kind of was when the cosmic animals first appeared. Like, they literally show up on a rainbow with, like, the really poppy sort of RuPaul Queer Eye music.
Yeah, when I'm just like, I like the rainbow, but
I don't know, that's just probably just me nitpicking a bit, but I do think the film overall was pretty nice.
The rainbow part was sort of and I don't really understand the, like, purpose of those entities other than to say...
Sort of kickstart the whole magic plot.
Yeah, after they say it's based on a true story.
I mean, it's not really laugh out loud funny, and it's not as dramatic as, like, certain other things, but it just sort of hits a happy medium where it's a nice thing to watch. It's less than 15 minutes, and you could probably... Is this posted online with the rest of the Spark Shorts on YouTube, or is this, like, Disney Plus exclusive?
No, I tried sharing this to JW, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
I guess it's stuck on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So, if you have it, which most people do, I'd say give it a watch.
We probably talked longer than the short is, so...
I guess after that we can transition into Animal Crossing, the OVA.
Ooh.
Wait, would you consider it OVA, or would it just be Animal Crossing the movie?
It's just the movie. But still, I freaking called it on what the animation company was. I didn't know the name, but I knew it was the same people who did the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, like, animations.
OLM Inc.
Om.
Yeah, just for context, this film came out when the second Animal Crossing game was out, Wild World, so a lot of the movie sort of revolves around that.
Alfonso is a cutie.
Yeah, he's the best character. He dresses up as a bunny at the end. That was pretty cute.
Yeah, I hate how he's friends with the boy, that boys will be boys.
Yeah, I guess to get into a plot real quick, the story just revolves around Ai, as she just goes, day by day, season by season, doing Animal Crossing things. There is a bit of a plot that sort of goes through that reaches to the end, but other than that, it's very slice of life. It's a very calm movie. It reminds me of a lot of older anime films, or just some of the Pokemon movies.
Yeah, it felt like a blast from the past. Like, it had that quality.
Like, it felt like something I would see on Cartoon Network on a Saturday night.
Well, it had that production quality that was obviously in a theater, like the first 3 Pokemon movies.
Oh, I guess a tidbit to say is, we watched the English fan dub. We won't give any links or anything, just find it on your own.
We just loved the movie, and it felt very nostalgic for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of retro anime whimsy to it, where you just sort of get sucked into a world and you can't help but have a smile on your face. Also, just realizing, Wilbur and Orville took everyone's jobs, because there's so many characters that aren't in New Horizons.
Those dodos, even though they're supposed to be technically extinct.
They took everyone's jobs.
That's what happens. Is there any other dodos in existence in Animal Crossing other than Wilbur and Orville?
Nope.
Damn.
But yeah, the movie goes over a lot of just daily Animal Crossing stuff, like various holiday events, meeting up with villagers. Oh, one thing I did want to mention, I didn't really like Tom Nook's portrayal in this movie.
He was barely there.
Yeah, but he was kind of jerkish, which seems like the people behind the movie only really saw snippets of the game or the external content where everyone calls him a villain instead of his actual character in the games.
I mean, he wasn't even really a villain, he was just more
Yeah, but he was a jerk, and I like Tom Nook because he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
And this movie misrepresents him, and I will not forgive them for that.
I don't know, just more focusing on the other stuff. It's just when Snackvic talks more about how it's more laid back, it's more like a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon first episode type laid back with that type of animation quality.
I mean, honestly, it reminded me a bit more of something like a Ghibli film, if people won't get angry at me for saying that. Especially more of the laid back ones like Kiki's Delivery Service or My Neighbor Totoro.
He's talking more about the story, not the animation.
Yeah, just sort of story-wise and overall feeling. Because there isn't a real plot to it, you're just sort of seeing these characters go their daily lives, and that sort of really reminded me of the more laid-back Ghibli films.
Yeah, you're just there for the adventure. You're not really there to save the world.
Would you say that this is one of your favorite video game movies now?
I mean, it didn't do anything bad, but it didn't really do anything spectacular other than hit my nostalgia spot.
Plus there's just a lot of great details from how the world works and various other things.
Plus Alfonso was best boy.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel after playing so much Animal Crossing ever since New Horizons came out, this movie felt like a real representation of just the Animal Crossing lifestyle, finding fossils or meeting up with new friends or the heartbreak of a villager moving away. Oh, the main character's name is Ai, by the way.
Ai, yeah. When Ai goes up to the wall.
AEIOU.
If you'll turn to page 34 of your blue books, you'll see our projections for next quarter.
Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, you know what? I'm in a meeting. I'll call you back.
Well, look who decided to show up.
So, what are we talking about here?
Well, before you...
Oh, I'm sorry. F, what's up? No, I can talk.
I guess we'll go over minor spoilers. What did you think of the end when they threw in the aliens?
Aliens.
I remember your reaction to like when Gulliver fell out of the sky, and you were like, what? Now he's a UFO? Because in Wild World, you can shoot him down with your slingshot, while in a lot of the recent games, he just washes up on shore.
So here's my Animal Crossing experience. I played the GameCube American version, which is the definitive edition, and the 3DS game and the Switch game, so I completely missed the Wii and DS era.
I guess the whole overarching, like, little plot line throughout the entire movie is that I got a message in a bottle to plant a bunch of pine trees in these specific locations, and throughout the movie she's sort of slowly working towards that, and then she starts meeting up with Celeste where she starts talking about UFOs, and I'm like, geez, Celeste, that's interesting. Do you want to tell me how the Earth is flat again?
What I did really like is when we actually see the little spaceship alien. Not the big ones. The big ones is just a generic spaceship fleet.
So what happens is Gulliver flies down, and just like in Wild World, he's like, find my 5 missing parts. But when they're looking for the parts, they find a gear that ends up being a baby UFO.
Which was sort of weird, but at the same time, the nostalgia hit, so I didn't care of the weirdness. Where
I mean,
it's like...
it is weird, but like, it's sort of an Animal Crossing weird, because, aliens are already in Animal Crossing.
Maybe you're an alien, because you're not an animal.
But yeah, it's just a really cute plot line, and like they do have kind of a tense scene before that where boy character, I'm just gonna call him you, like AEIOU, where he's climbing up the dinosaur fossils and he almost fucking dies. They let him fall into the water, and like they let him fall into like the water, and like they could have frozen to death. But nah, they're fine. They can swim out of that.
Yeah. Including Alfonso. I felt bad for Alfonso.
Yeah.
But, what is it? I like how there was one moment where Snackvic was like noting that before he was climbing up the dinosaur, they're like all gasp, gasp, gasp. But then when he does his first slip,
yeah, he almost falls off one of the ribs. I was expecting like a reaction shot, but no, he just keeps going.
Yeah, it's like such a missed opportunity for padding. Like they could have reused the previous gasp, and it's just like because we didn't have that, it felt weird.
Yeah. But you know what was really weird? All that talk from cherry pie.
Yeah.
They used cherry pie as a metaphor for your dreams. So like you have to go chasing after that cherry pie. Although they could have used any other fruit pie combination because you choose the most sexual one.
Chase after that cherry pie.
I don't want to steal jokes from our YouTubers, but fucking Margie and I had a really, like, lesbian-coded relationship.
Yeah.
They were thirsting for each other.
I mean, sort of, I guess.
I guess funny story, I hooked up my 3DS the other day, and I was looking through my old photo gallery because I used to take a lot of pictures of my New Leaf town. And I had no idea, I totally forgot that Margie was, like, one of my first villagers in New Leaf. Looking back on those old photos is like fucking crazy because I forgot like more than half of the villagers that lived in my town.
Who are you people?
Margie is pretty cute. I would keep her in my town/island.
I guess to wrap things up, what was your overall thoughts of the movie?
It was nice. As I've been saying throughout the whole video, it's a bit of a nostalgia shot. And
Nostalgia for a movie you've never seen.
Exactly. It's more for the animation company because I would watch that type of animation on loop as a kid. So I'm just like, it's nice to see something new from a company that I wonder what happened to be honest.
I say that this is just a really fine movie just to like put on in the background when you're having sort of an easy breezy day. And you don't have to be an Animal Crossing fan to enjoy it, but you'll definitely appreciate all the nods to the game.
If anything, I think it works fine if they bring it back, because I think everyone would like it regardless of what Animal Crossing you're playing.
Well, I guess you could say it's because Animal Crossing hasn't really greatly evolved until like New Horizons, but even then it's sort of nice just to have sort of a simple, charming movie to encapsulate the charm of Animal Crossing as a whole.
And if you damn say that Amiibo cards was a new functionality, no, e-reader cards. They took that idea from the very first game.
To wrap things up, I'm Snackvic, that's Sharilla. Good night, good morning, whatever. Please like, subscribe, comment, anything helps, and we'll be seeing you later.
It's time to get that cherry pie.
It's only magic. Isn't it amazing when you know? Every second that you see is 24 connected pieces. Thank you for coming, thank you for staying.